Hi guys, it's SkintBoot here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you guys is a No Man's Sky video. And in today's video, what I'm literally in shock to bring you is an official breakdown of the next trailer for No Man's Sky that has finally been released to us through the Waking Titan countdown stream. The video will be in the description for your viewing pleasure. Obviously, you want to watch it on your own so you can take it in all by yourself, but I am going to play it at the start of the video. But anyways, don't want to hear me ramble about pointless shit. Without further ado, please do sit back and relax. Let's get started. Right, so as stated, I'm going to start off by playing the trailer for you, and then I'm going to be using some snapshots from the trailer to showcase some things which you might have missed. Yeah, I know, I'm legit lost for words. So, first of all, the trailer opens with a throwback to one of the old pre-release trailers that housed the classic everything procedural intro. It was nice to see this make a return, and personally, I think this means even more now than it did before release. So, we open up with a snapshot of underwater, and there is so much to talk about here. First and foremost, third person. We can clearly see our playable character just kind of floating in the water, and another player swimming who looks like he's actually playing as a Gek, which is very, very interesting. We see a lot of Gek player models in this trailer, so, you know, maybe we can play as them, who knows. There also seems to be some kind of underwater buildings that could be player built or possibly procedurally generated ones that come bundled with some upgraded aesthetic overhauls. We aren't too sure what one it is yet. Either way, these buildings are new, at least they seem to be, so this could mean anything. The ground texture underwater also appears to be much higher res, and the plants seem to have been given a massive graphical facelift as well. More on this very soon. Okay, so then the player swims out of the sea and onto land, where we can find a lot of different things. First of all, there actually seems to be sand before going into the water, so beaches may now actually exist as a proper addition with Next. The water is also looking extremely blue and very pre-release-esque. You can get to see this a lot clearer sooner, but this all but confirms that underwater environments have been given some major love. The trailer then does this kind of flashy gimmick where it briefly shows other snapshots, and one of these is a load of players walking away from an Atlas station. To me, this basically confirms that we will be able to do the main story with our friends, and that is fucking amazing. After this snapshot, there is a very quick scene of players fighting exciting animals. And you know what's really exciting about this? These animals are actually cut models that were actually realized in Rayrod's Overhaul mod. However, they are now officially back with Next, and I can't begin to imagine how scary they are now that they're actually official. The animal also seems to be sort of like mid-roar. It has its head kind of up in the air, so perhaps there is more advanced animal behavior, and of course this just highlights how predators will likely play a bigger role in the game than before. After this, there is also another brief clip of players walking away from a portal, likely showcasing that we will be able to use them with multiplayer. The footage then returns to the player walking on the surface of the planet, and there is lots to point out. For a start, the general aesthetic of this planet looks very much like how it did pre-release, with more vibrant colours that felt a bit lacking with 1.3. The grass is also very much denser, the trees also look bigger, and not to mention the beautiful colour of those leaves as well. Another player's ship is also parked on this planet, showcasing you can see multiplayer ships when they're landing, and the bloke is also mining, once again showcasing the strength of the animation with the introduction of multiplayer. The bloke continues to walk up the hill and sees this fat ass landscape in front of him. So the mountains here clearly make a lot more sense. The one in the distance off to the left has a gentle kind of haze over it and looks like it would fit in a real world setting. The clouds are also just fucking beautiful, which must mean we are finally getting the cloud rendering tech that has been spoken about since the dawn of time, and they also move as well if you watch the trailer. The draw distance also does seem to be improved slightly, with trees being visible from much farther away. There are also some minor scenes chopped in here, like one of a unique 1.3 planet where we can see a player sitting down and one kind of in the middle of like a emote or some sort of thing, and there's also a coloured exocraft which may be more customizable now. Another short scene plays with yet more underwater gameplay, this time with what seems to be a base, so underwater base building is now possible. And a final short scene is played showcasing more base building on a very strange planet with sort of ringed like plants which have never been seen before. There is also someone building a little rounded room in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and this shows that we are actually going to be able to see when other players are placing buildings, which is really fucking interesting. A small thing as well, the dirt in the bottom left also seems to be a lot higher res, once again seeming to fit this overall graphical fidelity upgrade. Next up, we have the fella entering the ship, and as you can see here, there is a minor transition to get into the ship, kind of like a teleport, which is nice. Before he flies off, we can briefly see a lone portal on the deck at the bottom of the screen. Now, this is very interesting to me, as portals are currently only discoverable. However, this does seem to suggest that we will be able to build portals ourselves, or at least choose where we want to place them. That might have a bigger effect on gameplay, we don't really know. Off to the right is also some kind of platform with weird sort of smoke rings hovering above it. Not really sure what's going on there, I'm not gonna lie. Possibly some means of teleporting, but we don't know right about now. The player then flies in third person over the water, and this is when we can get a really nice view of this planet. So the clouds once again just look absolutely fucking stunning, like a massive improvement for sure. That is so much welcomed with Next. The water, as stated, also looks hella blue and much better than the shitty texture we currently have. There is another small scene on a barren planet with massive fucking tree-like things, once again showcasing how trees will likely be a lot bigger than they currently are. This kind of sense of being really small on planets didn't really exist before, but hopefully Next is gonna bring that round to us. And as the player flies up into the sky, we can see a ringed planet in the atmosphere. It has this beautiful kind of glow to it, which looks absolutely fucking phenomenal. Like, no words required, just look at this shit, look how good it looks. The guy then continues to fly into space, and we can see an actual ringed planet just how we would expect it. It looks absolutely amazing. We then see players walking on an Atlas Rises desert planet in some sort of storm. The main player is also holding a multi-tool like it's some kind of assault rifle, and the general look of the planet seems to be so much more developed than what we have now. The storm seems more intense, there seems to be little kind of dust particles, and it just looks like storms in general have been given a nice touch up. Next we see a player running on a cold planet where thamium is seen to glow. Looks lovely. But he's also running with Walker Sentinels and the little dog Sentinels who don't appear to be attacking him. Very weird. He seems to be running with the Sentinels and not away from them, so not really sure how that works. And finally, we're presented with this new multiplayer ship that houses landing pads on the side and just looks absolutely amazing. Now, I think this is some kind of multiplayer ship. This was likely one of the distorted photos which we were shown off before we got this trailer, you know, through Waking Titan. And if I am correct in thinking this, a lot of other people are thinking this as well, this might actually act as some kind of hub. Because the size of this ship, because there are multiple landing pads for multiple ships, it is very, very likely that this is going to act as some kind of community center almost, where we can likely be with our friends, we can maybe add players here, we can maybe land on planets together, all of that stuff. It essentially acts as like a guild. And you remember what I said in my update video, if this is the case, then I'm making an MZK guild. So boys, it's coming 100%. And then the trailer ends with the classic kind of No Man's Sky finale, which we have all come to expect. So those are just some of the things which I noticed in this trailer. Now, there are likely a load of things which I missed out on. There's probably a lot of stuff which other people picked up on. So if you have examined the trailer more than me and you've pointed out a lot more things than I have, then feel free to put the timestamps in the comment section and put what I might have missed or something you might see. Also, feel free to comment on my own opinion of what we are seeing. I'm sorry this is a bit of a ramble video, but I'm just trying to get this out here before it gets too late. And as always, guys, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then please do feel free to leave a like on the video. And if you guys could also subscribe to MZK, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. And as always, I will see you guys on my next video. This is SkintBoot, signing out.